Well, welcome to Oregon Guide. Welcome to Cabin Time, Oregon. Today we have a special guest coming out to the cabin. My cousin Steve. He just lives in the next town over. You know, one thing I can say about a lot of my relatives is they live pretty close by. I don't get to see them near as often as I'd like to, but today we're making an exception to that rule, and he's coming out. We're going to do some cooking, so stay tuned. And Blue is here, by the way. Look for him, would you? Okay.
Pretty much take all the brown off, and that'll keep it from discoloring the final product here.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Pretty easy scraping. Horseradish here.
Yep.
Scrape the outer layer off. Does the dirt make it taste funny?
It gives it that earthy.
Yeah, there you go. Earthy flavor. Can't be all bad.
Connoisseurs.
Yes, no doubt. Okay, a little along the edge there. Yep.
So all the water's gone back down already.
Yeah, already. I've noticed that. I mean, we had all that snow and rain for a couple of weeks there, and things were getting hot and heavy, and now all of a sudden, dry weather. But boy, I tell you, it's a good thing.
Sunshine. You got sunshine.
Yeah, we got sunshine over here. Well, I always tell my wife we live in the banana belt here, because it always seems to be nice out here. I don't know why that is. You go to Forest Grove and it's ugly, you know what I mean?
Verboort, it's foggy.
Yes.
Always.
Yep. Can't win for losing.
Okay. How are we looking there? Quota for guys to go to Washington, D.C., so I signed up. A couple months later, I was in Washington.
Okay. Chunk it up. And off we go. Now it seems like it's going in.
Yeah.
You got the right idea there. Well,
Let's see if I can help hold it a little bit.
Yeah, no kidding. Just don't get your fingers in there. Oh man, she's grinding pretty hard. Woo! It's coming out. Look at that.
Not coming out white, but
no, it's coming out brown. What's up with that? Shut this dude off.
Then we got back together after time, and then we went out and for a couple of years.
Okay, what's for lunch? We got sauerkraut and
sausage
and sweet potato.
Sweet potatoes and veggies.
Oh my lord. Let me zoom in on that because people are just gonna, can you smell it? Can you smell it? It's that new smell-o-vision. Oh, I can smell it. That smells delicious. And we're gonna eat here shortly.
Bring it all together.
Okay.
Make it a little bit creamier.
So you just take some horseradish, it's just stuff we ground, and some white vinegar, and you mix it together, and then Steve can't breathe. Because like you said, it turns it into a
very aromatic.
There you go, aromatic, and brings the flavor alive and makes it a little creamier. He said so. When you put it on your sausage to eat it, it's gonna kick your butt. Yeah. Right? It's gonna get us, man.
Oh man.
All right, so we may not film that part. That's the truth. Okay, we're recording. Okay, so Steve was just telling me a story here about his mom making bread back in the old days. So, like you said, how big a batch?
Big batch of bread dough on the kitchen table, and always had to keep the doors closed because couldn't have a draft to come in.
Oh,
Yeast would
Right,
fall.
right. Fall.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and so and once it got so big, and Mom would punch it down and back up again. And when she started making the rolls for the pans, she would just cut slices off and throw them on the skillet and fry them up. And oh man, oh man.
So fried bread with
bread
butter
with butter.
in a skillet.
Oh,
And just, once it browned probably a little
Yep,
bit,
yep,
both sides or one side?
both sides.
Both sides.
Just,
Wow.
Yeah.
So fried bread, we're going to try that at the cabin one day. Maybe we'll have Steve come back and show us how to do it. Hey.
I actually found some yeast in the cupboard.
Oh, you did?
It's
Nice.
It's like 20 years old.
Have you ever done sourdough, made sourdough from scratch?
No,
I'd like to do that. You get a crock, and I have some of my mom's old crocks, even a small one.
Yeah.
I thought I could do that. Get a crock, you put your starter sourdough in there, and they say you just reach in there and grab a handful of it, pull it out, and you make your loaf of bread, leave the rest there.
Yeah.
And so it just stays there forever.
And you got to keep.
And you got to keep adding. Yeah.
dough to it.
I think so. Yeah. And then it just kind of keeps
Yep.
fermenting and growing, and so yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to try that sourdough. And they say sourdough is one of the best things you can eat.
And actually, when it comes down to it, bread is one of the worst things we can
Oh,
eat.
very true, very true. But hey, that doesn't help the farmers any. Eat your bread, people. Eat your beef. All you vegetarians, get off of it. Right?
Eat a soybean.
Yeah, things right. Yeah, or what's that? Everything's impossible now. It's impossible turkey, impossible beef. Why are we trying to eliminate animals? Are we just trying to be kind and start letting animals live and stop eating them?
Because it's cheaper to sell things that aren't meat.
Oh, probably so. If it's just a plant base.
And because they're buying the at the low end and they're selling the top end. So
True. Because I mean, I noticed that a lot of this impossible stuff costs more money than the real meat.
and it's because
Marketing.
you think you're better than everybody else, so you're willing to pay more.
Mhm.
So that's
Right.
what it comes down to.
Yeah, look at me. I'm eating impossible meat. Tastes like
I'm
meat.
eating cow butt.
Yeah. Why don't you just eat meat? You like meat so much.
We're eating cow and pig stuffed inside of a pig.
There you go. By golly. Yeah. Homemade sausage today.
Yeah.
Woo! So the sweet potatoes, you didn't grow those, did you?
No, I'm not going to try them this year though.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And the way I got into them was, gosh, was the last Thanksgiving. Anyway.
Well, it still looks good.
We had some left over, and
Horseradish.
and instead of cooking it with marshmallows and sugar and all that crap,
Yep.
I think we put them in foil and baked them in the oven.
Oh.
Man,
Nice.
and good flavor.
Yep.
Didn't need all that sugar on it.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know, like I told you earlier, and I didn't say it on camera, but I don't like sweet potatoes. I don't eat sweet potatoes. But Steve had a skillet with the sausage, with the vegetables, and his sweet potatoes didn't have any marshmallows and a bunch of brown sugar and a whole bunch of sweetener stuff on there. They were just plain sweet potato, cooked on top of everything. So when I'm eating and I'm mixing it in with what I'm eating, it tastes pretty damn good.
everything's all good.
So I could eat that. And I told Steve, I said, I've never really been a sweet potato eater, but I can eat them now. I know how. He showed me the way.
And they are much better.
Yes, they are. But you know, for years my wife tried to get me to eat clam chowder, and I wouldn't touch it. Even going to Moe's, they say it's the best. I go, well, whatever. I don't like clams. I don't like clam chowder. I don't want to eat anything to do with any of that stuff. So when we got our meal, I get a little cup of clam chowder. She'd get a cup of clam chowder, and I'd pass it over to her.
Yeah.
And she goes, you don't know what you're missing. You know, for 10 years she did that to me.
Uh-huh.
Finally one day I said, well, maybe if I put enough pepper on it, I'll try it. I peppered the snot out of it. Took a bite. I went, wow, that's not
And
bad.
if you put some Tabasco in it,
Well, I didn't do that, but I started eating it,
man.
and it was just, I've been eating it ever since.
you put Tabasco on it. Oh, it jacks it.
Really?
Holds
We'll have
it.
to try that.
Oh yeah. It
Tabasco.
doesn't take a lot. That's
Wow. Yeah, probably wouldn't. I mean, Tabasco goes a long way.
About a half a dozen drops. Buddy, come here.
Mhm.
Come here.
Come on, buddy.
You're out there laying in the sunshine. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. Blue has met him a new friend. Right, buddy? Hey, it's okay, Pop. It's okay. That's Buddy. Yeah, this is Steve's dog here. Buddy. How you doing, bud? Hey?
Stretch him out. Stretch him
Oh,
out. Yeah.
my goodness. I think he's liking being in the cabin.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
Be nice.
Who is that? Is that Blue barking, or is it him?
I think it's him. It's okay.
Yeah, I think it was. Maybe got a little too close, Pop. Huh?
But that's,
Get a little too close.
that's okay. He's got to learn too.
Well, and Blue, this is, telling Steve, he's never been around dogs, ever. So he's not quite sure what a dog is. since he's been around humans so much.
Probably hasn't had a mirror to look into to see that this is the way he looks.
Well,
he probably thinks he looks
when
like
he
that.
looks in the window, he'll go, dude, like, who's that? He'll look in the mirror, and who's that? He doesn't know it's him. Yeah, I think he thinks he's a human.
Buddy.
Right, pup?
Where's your fluffy tail?
But you'll get there.
Where's your fluffy tail, buddy? He's got a fluffy tail. No, it's a tail. Where's your fluffy tail? Where's your fluffy tail?
Well, they say in a lot of these Australian Shepherds, people bob their tails. It's a big thing for them.
And it was a thing back in our mom and dad's days to take the tail off because they didn't want to have a dog tail knocking stuff over.
Well, yeah. And, I mean, he'll whack you pretty good. We put him in the front seat of the car, and he turns around, bam, 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 bam. He's good at her. That tail, boy, it's a weapon.
And his tail is his... That's how he says hi and stuff.
I figure what the hey, it's a good defense weapon. And I don't mind dog having a tail. I mean, I didn't think it needed to be cut off. Needn't be.
And being he goes places, he gets a haircut every couple months. And the last time they cut the hair on his tail, that's like Delilah cutting Samson's hair.
Wow.
Oh, he was down. He was down. He was sad.
Oh.
But now it's starting to grow back, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got a nice fluffy white tail, don't you?
Yeah,
Look
you
at that.
leave my tail alone.
Yeah.
I like it. Right, buddy? You like that?
Got a nice pretty fluffy tail, don't you?
Yep.
Yes, you
So are
do.
those your dog tags or his dog tags?
Mine.
I heard him clicking earlier.
You spoiled.
I still have my dog tags.
I still got.
Yep.
I just got mine back.
You did.
Yeah. This gal that I was seeing over in Troy, I gave her my dog tags to hang from the mirror.
Oh.
Because I told her, if anybody disrespects these dog tags hanging from your mirror, just tell them to get out of your car.
Right.
And and so after we split up a couple of years ago, I figured, well, I won't see those dog tags. And
Did you ask her or did she just send them?
well, here, I got stuff of hers that I kept, keepsakes and stuff, and because we hadn't talked in a couple of years, I sent her a message going, I still got your keepsakes and treasures. You want me to hang on to them or send them back or whatever. And
Right.
I didn't get an answer back on that, but she sent the package that had my dog tags, my pictures, and
Nice.
my lion t-shirts.
Nice.
So,
Yep.
so
Cool. Yeah, that's good. Well, you know, one thing about it, when you go through relationships, you know, that sometimes there's a lot of false promises going both ways.
yeah,
And you don't know who's the winner or cheater or liar, right?
and
Until it all comes to an end.
and I look at it as every step we take in life is what got us to right where we're standing right now.
Yep, you know, because I know some of my relationships early on were failures, and I kind of thought that, man, this is the end. How am I going to go through life? But as you pick yourself up and move on from that disaster or whatever it may be, or your last love, you might have thought, there's a better one out there. There's always a better one out there. So you can't.
Been through two of them
Yeah,
since
you
then.
can't. Well, see, and you can't give up. The certain one might be the right one. So,
We got we keep our options open.
oh, there you go. There you go. You got to do that. Yep.
Yeah.
So you still ski?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just because you had that one bad disaster, it didn't make you stop.
Oh heavens no. Never did I doubt I was gonna be back. Never. There was never a doubt in my mind.
Right.
I never doubted that I was going to be a quadriplegic. I never doubted any of that. And that's probably one of the things that helped me go forward.
Yep.
And the first year I started skiing, I didn't have my body strength back. I didn't have my center of gravity, and so it was hard. I had that.
Oh, relearn.
I had to work
Exactly.
at it. And then the next year was as soon as we stepped on the snow, it was like, oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Man, am I ready?
And then they closed everything down for this COVID crap, and we're going, the healthiest place you could be, and they closed it down.
Right. Then it makes no sense,
Who
does
is
it?
driving the bus anyway?
Right.
My God.
Not me. Tell you, I wouldn't do that. Same with camping. They shut camping down. It's like, why would you shut camping down? You're not near anybody.
Yeah.
These people are way over there, and they're way over there, and people are way over there. Why would you shut camping down? Because it makes no sense.
But
That's why we did that.
The liquor stores were still open.
Well, the difference, you can get gatherings of people in those.
Marijuana stores were still
Oh,
open.
you can get gathering of people in
No,
those.
there's taxes being made on them.
Yeah, the government's got their cut coming. Yeah, that's too much money to shut down.
Yeah.
Funny how the government has something to do with everything, right? Bottom line,
Yeah.
it's the greed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the greed. I'm going to shut this off because we're going to get very political now. And everybody would just turn this off anyway. Well, guys, that was a fun day. Very fun day at the cabin. And look at me. I look dark, right? dark. Because it's dark in here. Not really. Or is it? It's pretty dark. Well, gonna wrap up another fun day. My cousin Steve, he left me some horseradish. Check that out, would ya? That is ground up right out of the ground today. And all he did was add some white vinegar to this. And boy, I tell you what. Whew, man, that is some good stuff. Strong, tastes good. It was great with the sausage and the kraut. I never ate it like that before. But I've heard of people doing that. It's very good. Steve got a great recipe on the sausage. The kraut was delicious with that horseradish. What a combo. So, I told Steve, I said, we're going to have him again up here at the cabin in the future. We're going to do some campfire cooking. I said maybe we can do some Dutch oven cooking. Maybe throw some of that horseradish and whatnot in there, kind of jack that up, get some good flavors going. But first thing he did when he walked into my cabin, he goes, wow, I didn't know it was this big. It just doesn't look that big on the video. I get that. When I put the camera in one corner and film towards one way or the other, it does look small. But look, I'm not touching either side. It's not huge, but I guess it's bigger than it looks. Okay, there we go. Got you back. Well, when Steve, my cousin, left, Herrick is his last name, for those that didn't know him. You didn't recognize him in the video, but Steve Herrick. We cut the ends off of the horseradish. These are the parts that stick up out of the ground. That's how you can find them in this time of year. And he said just plant them. Make sure these are sticking out, the green. And maybe put some dry leaves over the top of them to kind of help them get through the winter. I'm going to plant them over here by my spring. So maybe next year we'll have us some horseradish of our own. Now that he showed me how to make the stuff work, I can make it work. But yeah, he does this every year. He's quite the gardener. But he's a farmer. No surprise. And hay farmer is what he is. So yeah, nice of him to leave me some horseradish to grow. So I'm going to go get those in the ground. I'll show you that next. Stay with me. Okay, there's my horseradish. That's one. That's number two. And that's number three. Let me back off here a little bit. I got all three of them in the ground. See if I can't focus on that. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so now I need to cover them with leaves. Make sure they make it through the winter. And there's blue. Okay, got them covered up. Now my horseradish is ready for winter. Yeah, we'll come check on them once in a while, make sure they're doing okay. Sleep tight, little friend, sleep tight. Alright guys, another day done. Let me just sit out here in my chair. Today, Oregon, middle of January, and it's in the 50s today. Very warm day. Had the stove cranking today. We did a lot of cooking on it, and had some fun with my cousin. So told him in the future we're going to do some more of these cookouts. Looking forward to doing that with Steve. So just want to say thank you everybody for being here today, enjoying the show. Glad having you on board. So folks, live your life carefully, would you? And with that, I'm going to say adios. See you on the next one.